Hey folks, welcome back to Let's the Play. We're Historic Channel.
We're Historic Channel? Oh yeah, we're talking about the plight of the Native Americans. Pete, tell us about the plight of the Native Americans.
I will do my damn best. So, there was this guy. This dude. You know what his name was?
Squanto.
Not the guy I was thinking of. But he was also a guy. Some call him... think of his name in Spanish. Christopher Colombo.
Oh, Christopher Columbus. Okay.
Yeah. Others know him as Christopher Columbus. He set sail. Actually, did you know that Christopher Columbus was not arguing with the Queen about whether the world was flat or round?
Yes, I know that's a misconception.
Yeah, it's a misconception.
Yeah.
He was actually arguing that it was shorter to go the other way than it was the way that everybody took.
He was wrong.
Yeah, he was very wrong. So he was like, yo, there's a much better way we could be doing this. And she was like, LOL, no. He was like,
fine, I'll go to Portugal.
He was like, bitch, give me a fleet and we'll go. And he was like, and she was like, oh, okay. So he got a fleet together and they went to go, look for another route to India, I believe it was, right?
Yes, they're trying to get to India for their spices.
Right. And so they landed in a place that they thought was initially India, which is how Native Americans got the kind of offensive name of Indians that people still use.
Yeah.
So that's the first plight. There's like at least 5, and they're all like noted as something. And that's plight number 1. Plight number 1, misconception of Indians. As a Native
He'll call them that for a long time too.
People still call them that.
Yeah.
My sister calls them Indians.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because it's like still a thing in grade school and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So then there was that, and then they did this like really shitty thing where they took the plagues of the Europeans and they intentionally and also unintentionally gave those plagues to the Native Americans.
On blankets.
Have you ever seen CPG Gray's video on like plagues?
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out.
Just watch everything in CPG Gray
That's true.
makes.
He does some great videos.
But by the way, this stage gets second prize for most improved.
One of our coworkers actually was like, I think it was like a month ago, we were just hanging out at lunch, we were talking, and he was like, yeah, so, because he was sick, he had a cold, and he was like, yeah, have you ever seen War of the Worlds? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, you know how, like, they, spoiler alert, I guess, for War of the Worlds, it came out, like, what, 10 years ago, or something?
The original War of the Worlds?
No, the remake.
Oh, the Steven Spielberg one.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yes, long time ago.
About 10 years ago. And yeah, so he was like, you know how, people, I mean, it happens in the original too, but we win the war because of diseases.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah. He was like, that's bullshit because my dog doesn't give me diseases. So he's like, that's not true.
Your dog lives on the same planet and continent with you.
Right, but, well, then there's the whole factor of actually a lot of plagues come from animals, like normal colds for them that are attacking people, and it's not meant with cows. Like cows for a lot of plagues.
Exactly.
Granted, you have to be like a 1 in a million shot to get it, but once it happens, it's a big deal.
Not these days. Most of them cured by antibiotics these days, right?
No.
The bubonic plague was an was just bacterial infection, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was. Pretty sure it was.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, most sicknesses are either bacterial infections or viral infections.
Right.
But, I mean, it kind of depends, I guess. With modern medicine, you could probably just, you come up with, like, some sort of, unless it's viral. Virally, you can't come up with anything.
Viruses are rough. You have to figure them out ahead of time.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of plan for them.
But, I mean, granted, too, you have to keep, like, there's, even with a bacterial, infection, you still have to come up with an antibody for it. It's not just like, oh, we just have this antibody lying around,
For bacterial infections or for viruses?
Both.
Really? I didn't think you had to do that for bacteria. I thought it was just like
I mean, there are some
I thought you just ate some moldy bread and you were better.
No.
I'm just joking, but, the whole sort of penicillin.
There are generic antibodies, that fight off most. But if we're talking about something like a plague, like you can't just take like your standard over the counter.
Right.
Not that they sell over the counter antibodies, I don't believe, but anyway.
Over the counter antibodies.
Yeah. So anyway, I forget where I was kind of going with that. But...
you talk about plagues. You were really getting into like the history of Native Americans.
I told you we're a historical channel now.
Yeah, we are.
All I need is a British accent. We're good to go.
David Attenborough.
Yeah. No. I guess I was talking about how my friend was like, or my coworker was like, I was kind of explaining to him, and then I wound up showing him the CP Tree video, which really like goes into depth and explains like how plague spread and why Native America was not prepared. Say Native America, the
pre-colonial America.
Right. Pre-colonial America was not prepared in any way, shape, or form, and they never could have been unless the world was completely different. So that's interesting. It's pretty cool stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I've made a lot of progress while we talked about that.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I beat like 2 stages.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right now we're in Oil Ocean, which is ocean that is just made out of oil from robotics refineries. And right now you can't see it. You can't see it, but I have a fire shield, and it actually makes the oil catch on fire when you get in it. Yeah, it's really cool. And I was gonna say, see that smog coming out of the towers in the back?
Yeah.
It actually clouds the screen, and you have to like pull a lever to clear it away, or else you start straining your rings. Which is actually a play off of a mechanic from the Sonic 3 Knuckles, where there was like these ghosts. Yep, and after a little while, my rings start to flash and they'll start to go down if I don't pull one of those levers soon.
That can't go.
Right now, see, it's going down.
Yeah.
But I got like 130, so like, come at me, Smog. I could probably beat this level before I run out of rings.
I don't believe you.
I'm not gonna do it, but
yeah, because you can't.
No, I could, but I'm not going to because I don't want to die.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it later. I'll do a challenge. I'll do a challenge stream. Knuckles Chaotix reference. These boat things. That's it.
Oh, wait.
They just look like boats that are from level Knuckles Chaotix.
Oh, that's
You can go inside them. Let's go inside the boat. I usually don't because they're slow. They're slower than actually just playing the stage normally. But you got these little subsections. It's just like a little exploration thing. Lots of people really like exploration in Sonic. I mean, I do too, but most of the time I'm just concerned with getting through it fast.
Right.
Yeah, you just gotta go fast. It's too easy. This is way too easy.
Do you think that's like a problem for like Sonic game developers?
Sonic's speed?
Yeah.
Is the biggest problem with designing a Sonic game. I mean, so I'm stealing a quote from someone here. Oh, who was it? Oh, geez, who was it? Oh, I think it's Super Bunny Hop. He said, according to Newton's laws of motion, an object that's moving fast is inherently harder to control.
Right.
So, and that applies to all parts of, Sonic's, X. There you go. And that applies to, all elements of Sonic's design. If he's going fast, you want to go fast, which means that you have to design giant levels so that they take long enough. And you have to have tight enough controls that players can control the character at high speeds. And you need to, you need to design experiences that can be played quickly, but aren't auto-driving themselves, I hate this boss, that's why I did this. This boss is actually not too, it's not like an unfair boss, it's just a really tough boss, so I just decided to wail on it. That boss gave me a game over the first time I played this game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's really tough. Because, you have to dodge a laser and a spike thing. Those are pretty easy. But then he comes up and you have to hit him while not having any platforms, and you have to dodge bullets at the same time. So it's like a pain in the neck.
Right. So wait, was this the same stage in this?
No, I just finished Oil Ocean Zone. No, we're tearing through it. Now. I've been practicing this game, so I'm better at it than I was before, notably. That was Oil Ocean, which is a remade stage from Sonic 2. Reimagined, they're not remakes, from Sonic 2. And this is Lava Wreath Zone from Sonic 3. Sonic and Knuckles, which is a really good stage, so I'm glad. I was very happy when I found this was in the game. I didn't know it was in the game.
So how many more stages do we have left?
We have this one, and then 2 more.
Oh wow.
Yeah, one was at the end. The last one will take me longer than most of them, just because it's the last stage. It's longer, it's harder, etc. That's what she said. But yeah, this stage is really cool. This is actually a really cool part of Sonic 3.
It's not like you.
What do you mean?
To make it that's what she said joke.
I mean, I figured if I didn't, you were going to. I guess you weren't going to.
No, I wasn't even thinking of that.
Sometimes I head them off at the pass. See, okay, I used to not think that way at all, right? But then in school, like, relentlessly people made those jokes. Like, it was like, I would say something, and I had no idea, like, why. It was like, why people would say that. I didn't get it. I mean, now if I thought back, I would get most of them. But, like, just being around people that, like, would constantly, like, take everything you say and twist it, like...
Like me?
Well, yeah, but you do it in a different way. You know, they were, like, always
Sure.
make things dirty. You just,
They were like,
you just put words in my mouth.
Wow.
Well, you do. I mean, you were doing that last episode,
Okay.
doing Uncharted. I would say something like,
funny.
"Are you saying that this?" I'm like, "No." You're like, "I think you did." I mean, it's a joke. It's fine. It doesn't bother me.
No, it's okay.
See, you're doing it again.
No, that's cool. I can understand. Pick it up and put it down.
As I said, it doesn't bother me. It's just, it's funny. But
If it bothered you, would you say it on the channel?
If it bothered me, would I say it on the channel?
Yeah.
If it bothered me, I would never say it.
So how can I trust you?
You can.
You cannot trust me, Mark.
Did he ever say that?
No.
Time ever say that? I don't think he would.
That was in my fanfiction.
Did you write fanfiction?
I have written fanfiction before.
For what?
Well, our friend Rob.
Oh.
Hey Rob, if you're watching, he's probably not, but yeah, I
forget you, Rob. I already
I
did.
believe it was
Just forget it. Just joking, Rob. I know you're Go ahead.
I believe it was a commission that I wasn't paid for.
Wait, what? To draw off my fanfiction about who?
Our friend Rob.
Oh, Rob asked you to draw a fanfiction about him?
Well, I forget what happened. Someone, like, I started writing it as a joke, and then someone was like, you need to keep writing this. And I was like, okay. So I just kept writing it.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I've written... I just had 2 attempts at writing a Sonic fanfiction. I read it recently.
Thumbs up if you're surprised.
No one's surprised.
I know. So we're not gonna get any thumbs up.
It's actually... I don't want to say it's good. It's just not terrible. One time I had this party in a Sonic theme, and I thought about like having a bad fan fiction reading of my story, and I'm like,
you didn't.
No, I didn't, because I just don't know if it's bad enough. To be honest, I'm not saying it's good. I'm definitely not saying it's good, but it's not like comedically bad. It's not like comedically bad. It's probably just kind of lame.
Yeah.
It's just
I used to write a lot.
Yeah, you showed me like a book you started writing. Like, it was like a young
I?
adult novel sort of thing. Yeah, you did. I forget what it was about, but you did show it to me.
I wrote a few like story ideas and stuff.
It's about this guy in like a post-apocalyptic world or something. It was like a girl or something.
Yeah, it was the idea that I honestly don't care if I'm probably never gonna write this thing anyway. So if you want to run with the idea, you're more than welcome to. It was based off of the parable The Binding of Isaac, which was unfortunate for me to choose because at the time The Binding of Isaac game picked up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, I'm reading this book called The Binding of Isaac, and people were like, oh, like the game? And that was before I even like knew about the game, and I was like, once I was like, no.
Curse you, Ed McMillan!
Yeah, no, the idea was like, it was like some young teenage guy. I started writing when I was a teenager,
Right.
so... young teenage guy who is like running around the apocalypse. It was actually like a little dark. Like he was running around with his mom and his 2 brothers for a while. But then like his 2 brothers like got like murdered and like stolen, and that like really affected his mom. And then his mom kind of did like a suicide like mission for him. And so like the book like picked up like shortly after that, and like you kind of saw some of the psychological effects like of him kind of trying to process it. And I think like the girl's name was Sarah, I believe. They were pretty much all named after like the parable characters. And then there was Isaac, who was I think her brother, or like someone that they met. No, she had a brother, and I think I named him Mark, and he was like younger. And then there was this Isaac guy who was traveling with them, and the whole idea was that Isaac would make it like a sacrifice for them at some point in the story, and it was like really symbolic of you know of the Binding of Isaac.
I had an idea for that's really that's interesting. I like how you took like this metaphorical kind of
Are you familiar
kinda,
with the parable?
I don't.
I mean, a super TLDR version
so.
of it. There's
Yeah.
this guy named Abraham, and I believe it's Gabriel. Who
Oh
comes
yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
angel.
You have to kill your son.
Yeah,
And
no, it
like,
might have been Michael. I think it was Michael.
He's
the
like, you
angel.
gotta kill
Yeah.
your son.
They were like, prove that you love God by killing your son
Yes.
Isaac.
Okay.
And he was like, okay.
Yeah.
And he like was gonna kill him, and then I forget if it was God or if it was Michael, but they were like, yeah, no, don't do that.
Thank you. Passed the test.
Yeah.
Good job. Next time we'll learn about the book that I was thinking about writing that I actually might still write someday.
Uh-oh.
But I won't tell you the whole thing.
Oh shit.